When we ask cattlemen and women why they value NCBA, one of the most common answers is because of the work done on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. And joining us to talk more about NCBA's efforts in Washington, D.C. is President-elect Mark Eisele. Mark, tell us a little bit about your background and your family's business there in Wyoming.
Well, we're cow-calf and stalker operators there in the southeast corner. The thing that might set us apart is that was not my family's ranch. It's one I worked into when I was a young man and managed to buy into it. So as a young guy raising cattle, wanting to raise a family, I realized there were a lot of hurdles, and thanks to the Cattlemen's Associations, it saved us.
Your story is an inspiring story indeed. Now, you've been chair of NCBA's policy division. Tell us a little bit about how policy is formulated within our organization.
Absolutely. It's so critical, the grassroots thing, where it starts locally, goes to maybe a local association, they move that up to the state association, bring it to NCBA, we formulate that, make sure we don't have any conflicting policies, and we move that forward, and then the officers are to help move it forward. That's our roadmap, that's our path forward, and that's really important. The producers have a say in how things are done.
As President-elect, what do you view as some of the top key priorities for the year ahead?
I think for me, one of the biggest is government overregulation in all the different arenas, wildlife, ESA, waters of the U.S. That's one of the first thing. How they're handling federal lands, how they're treating the public on some of that. I think those are some of our top ones. I mean, the list is long and distinguished. Tax issues, of course. Estate planning is so difficult in this arena where they're constantly changing the rules and moving the goalposts on us.
So NCBA has an office and obviously a very talented staff in Washington, D.C. Why do you think it's so critical to have an ongoing presence in our nation's capital?
Well, that's where things are happening. Things are happening in D.C., and we have to have staff, and we've got a great staff, that goes out and develops those relationships, also gets a feel for the sense of things that are happening, the direction they may be going, and they keep us in the loop as to how we should steer the ship, so to speak, and move forward.
Well, it's important to have a staff and an office and a presence in D.C. It's equally important for that staff to be representing a strong membership base. Why is a strong membership base so critical to moving the ball forward in our legislative process?
My favorite theme is there's strength in numbers. The more people we have involved, the better feel we have for it, the more support we get for issues, and the more pushback we get for issues that are hurting us. That's what it really is about, strength in numbers.
Thank you for your work, and I'm certain we'll be seeing you again throughout the year.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Now, if you'd like to stay up to date on all the key issues and events from Washington, one way is by becoming a member of NCBA. It's easy to do. Just call 866-233-3872, or you can visit the website ncba.org.